everyone, welcome back. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep doing all this stuff. Try is the key mode. Sometimes I forget to do things that I'm supposed to do or say I want to do, or whatever, give up. So today I'm going to go ahead and attempt the look that you saw in the first shot there. I'm trying to get a little bit more cinematic for it. It'll be a red cut crease sort of situation. I tried this a couple of weeks ago and it didn't always work. Or not always. It didn't work the way I wanted it to work. So I'm going to attempt it again today with you guys at the same time watching so you can see if it turns out well or if it doesn't turn out well. We're going to take a journey together and it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff done on my face before we start the eyes. So then when we come back, the camera will be a little bit closer to my face so you can see what I'm doing with my eyes. And then hopefully that'll be easier and a lot better than the last video. I promise this one will be shorter. I really do promise. So I'll be back in a second. Hi, bye. Alright everybody, I'm back, and as you can see I went ahead and did my eyebrows and primed my eyes because like I said I want to cut some of this video down a bit. So I like to do red when I've been having a hard time sleeping or I've been crying from some sort of panic attack or, whenever you want your eyes to look like they're red on purpose and not because you've been doing some other shit or whatever. So I'm going to try a red cut crease. Hopefully it's a little bit more grungy of a red cut crease because I'm kind of a gothy black girl in general and I wear black with literally everything that I do. So I'm going to try to do this better than I did it the first time, and I have you close up just because we're focusing on my eyes today and not much else, and then we'll go from there. So since I've primed my eyes and stuff already, and you guys know how to do that if you forgot, I use a white primer pot from NYX Cosmetics, and then that's basically it. I have tape here because I am going to wear a liner today, but it's also to keep my eyeshadow clean. So we're going to go ahead and go into the first color, if I can get the goddamn thing open, because, I woke up this morning. I did not go to class this morning, even though I was supposed to, but you ever just have one of those days where you wake up in the morning and your body is like, you aren't going anywhere. That's what happened to me. It was great. It was a fabulous time. And also remember, I am not wearing my glasses, so I can't really see a whole lot, so I'll try my best to be as detailed as possible and show you what I can without being able to tell what I'm doing, because I'm also going to be using this mirror right over here. And I'm going to try to take this light out of my direct face, but it doesn't really work that well if it's not directly in my face, because then it causes shadows and all sorts of shit. It's complicated. I need better lighting, that's all. Okay, so for the first color, it's going to kind of be very close to what I did last time with the browns and stuff, because I'm basically just going to put black here and then cut crease over that, but you can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be the same way that I do it. Or if you like it, you can copy it completely. I really don't care. I find that flattering. But the first color, I'm going to go ahead and use this from my BH Cosmetics palette here. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and go into this light brown, wherever my finger is. Light brown, that's right here. I hope you can see that. Yep, right there. I have you super zoomed in, so then it's also kind of hard for me to tell if I'm holding stuff too close, so I'm sorry about that. I'm going to take that, and then instead of going around with my colors, I'm going to go from about right here to out here, instead of like around and out like I normally would do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to both eyes. And I'm working on finding a way to make this more conducive to showing you what I'm doing if you really need something detailed. But like I said, I do this low budget, and I do it low budget for a reason, because I can't afford to do high budget stuff, and I think it's a certain quality and charm to watching a girl do some low budget makeup in her living room with her poor lighting and her vanity that's made out of a desk. So, I think that's beautiful. But if you can see this here, I'm going down like that. So, alright. And that's all I'm going to do with that color. It's just transitional, really, so it doesn't look like I just have one color here and then one color here. I like it to look a little bit more mended than that. So then after that, I'm going to go in with the second brown that I basically used last time, which is this dark brown that's right next to the other one. So I'm gonna do that. At least I think that's the one I just pointed at to you. No, it's not. So I can't tell what I'm doing. It'll be this brown right here. There we go. I'll use the mirror to my advantage. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to use the same fluffy brush that I used the first time, and then I'm going to do the same thing that I did the first time with it, and I'm about to break my brushes today. So around and out. And the tape really helps with stuff like that, you know, like I can't keep clean lines to save my life. Like, I am not an artist. I've never been an artist. I won't claim to be an artist. And if I can use stencils and stuff to help me with my ability to keep things in the place that they're supposed to be in, best believe I will do that. And you should do that too. Once again, there's music playing in the background. If it's irritating, I'm sorry, but I like to keep some sort of background noise when I'm doing things. It feels weird when it's too quiet. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead with darker brown, which is something that I do regularly with my blending. It's gonna be this. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this brown that I did with the other two browns, but I'm gonna change brushes. So it's gonna be an e.l.f. brush. It'll be my e.l.f. blending eye brush. Looks like that. I'm gonna take that darker brown and do the same thing, but I want it to just be just a tad bit more concentrated than the other two colors, so that's why I'm using this brush. So this dark brown, and then down and around. This palette is my favorite because, like, it's super pigmented colors, but they're buildable, so they don't all start out super strong or anything like that, but if you want to build it, you definitely can build, and it's great. And it has good staying power, and I have like zero fallout from this palette every time I use it. So BH Cosmetics isn't half bad, and I would suggest it if you really want to try it. Like I said, I can also go cheaper too. I have no problems doing that if what I'm doing is too much for everyone, but you know, my price range and your price range won't always be the same thing, and they won't always match up, and sometimes I have a higher price range than I normally would because of like tax refunds or school refunds or came across extra money or, you know, whatever, gifts, Christmas money. I don't really get money from my parents at all, or gifts or stuff like that, so you know, it's kind of like do on my own. But I hope you can kind of see. I'm just like taking this and going from here and then out, here and then out. And I hope you can still see me. I'm sorry, I don't know how well this is, but I'm doing the best I can. So there we go. So now that I've done that with the dark brown, I'm gonna go back in now because I want this to be grungy and I want it to be a little bit dark, even though I'm gonna be adding a bright red. Is add black in the same spot that I just put this brown. And then I'm gonna use a different brush for that too, because I want it to be just a little bit more concentrated in one specific area and not necessarily all over my eye. So I'm gonna use this e.l.f. eye crease brush. It's one I used in my last video. It's pretty much, I use the same brushes basically all the time unless I buy some new ones, which I don't have any money to right now. But then I'm going to go ahead and use this black and do the same thing I just did with all the other colors, except this one will be a little bit more concentrated. But with the black, I'm going to take a little and then I'm going to tap off the excess, and then I'm going to go slow because I don't want the black to get out of control immediately. So I'm going to concentrate while I do that. Okay. And so as you can see, I put the black there, but I didn't put a lot. I just wanted a little bit. So it's around and out, and then that's basically all I'm going to do with this part of it, and then we're going to move on to getting the crease done. So, and like I said, for this video, I'm really just focusing on doing the eye makeup, and then maybe at some point I will do a full, like, what I do with my foundation routine, even though I know I did that the first video, but it's nice if I can take the time to show you how I do that in depth. But, you know, things don't always work out that way. And it depends on if I have the time, because, like, I always have to go to school or at therapy, and then I also have to go to work, and then my boyfriend also lives here, and You know, it gets kind of weird doing makeup videos and talking to people and stuff when he's home, because sometimes then he thinks I'm talking to him and then he's trying to hold a conversation to me while I'm recording or something or editing, and then I can't focus. But okay. And I like to leave it kind of just like a little messy up top, just because I kind of like the way it looks when you add the clean cut in. But you know, whatever. But alright, so there we are. And I can't really close my one eye really well, so I'm just going to close both. But as you can see, there you go. That's where we're at. And so now we're going to work on the actual cut crease part. And for that, I'm going to go back in with my primer pot from NYX in white, and then outline underneath and around the outside in the same shape that I put all the other shadows, but do it underneath. And you'll see what I'm talking about as I do it. I might speed through this part a little bit because it's time consuming because I take a little while, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I always sort of start from the inner corner like I said, and then I do this in patting motions, because it's easier for me to get a straight line that way. This brush, because this brush is not the best brush that I've ever had. Okay, so that's the first eye, and that's where this is cut crease is gonna go. I did drag this part out a little far, but I might clean that up with my makeup later. I don't know, or I'll leave it. We'll see how it looks. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye now. Okay, so now I'm done, and you can see how I've outlined with the white there. Like I said, it might be a little long, and I'll see how I feel about that after I get everything else on my face, but for right now, I'm just sort of going to leave it this way. It might look cool, it might not, but hopefully this goes well. And I'm not going to go back in and blend any of the colors on top, because I want the crease to be cut, not like blended or anything, which is what I did last time, and I fucked it all up, so I'm just not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it that way. So I'm just going to take my NYX setting powder and dab a little bit over the top of this eye primer so it's not as sticky, you know, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, the next thing, actually, I'm going to look at the timer really quick and then I'll push it back down, but, you know, I might have to use my phone for this. Okay, so we're good. Sorry about that. So now that we have the setting powder on top of the white, we're going to go ahead and use a product I haven't used yet with you guys, but it's my favorite red eyeshadow that I got around Christmas time because I had a little extra money. It is a little bit more spendy, but I'll tell you why. This is Hot Red from NYX. It is a primal color pigment shadow, and it was I think $5 for this pan, but I know that's a bit spendy for one shadow, but I've used this more than once. I've used this several times, and honestly, it's been good to me. Like, I haven't needed to use a lot because it's so vibrant, and then I also use it on top of the white, so it's not too bad. So if you want, like, fun colors like this, I know NYX has them, and then I know they also have smaller pots that are far less expensive, and they still have, like, super fun colors in them. I just really wanted a red, and this is the red that they have, and like I said, it was Christmas money, so that's kind of how that worked out for me. But I'm going to go ahead and start putting that on the top of the white. And I'm going to use a flat brush for that like I normally would. The Sonia, whatever, Kashuk brushes that I bought at Target. And then also I'm going to take a sip of my coffee because I'm also getting ready for work at the same time. Alright, and then I'm going to take a little bit of water and wet my brush too at the same time that I'm going to put this on, just so it helps me stick the pigment and also keeps it a little bit more vibrant because I want it red. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll circle back up in a second here. Okay, so I'm done with the first side of my eye, and that's what it's supposed to look like, really, sort of, I guess. I don't know how I feel about it, but we're going to keep on moving. Anyway, and then so now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Alright, so now I'm done with both of those, and I'm just gonna go ahead and close both my eyes and sort of pan left and right and stuff so you can kind of see. But that's as clean as I'm gonna have it right there. So the next thing I'm gonna do is my top liner, and then after that I'm gonna finish the rest of my face, and we'll come back and talk about what I do with the bottom when we get there. But right now, with my liner, I kind of use a combination of different things, but the liquid pen that I've been using, I actually am starting to hate. It's not very good, so I'm not going to actually use it. I know I bought it for like $1 or something from NYC Cosmetics at Target, and it's got to be like the worst thing ever. So today I'm going to actually attempt to use my Wet n Wild eyeliner pot. It's a gel liner. I usually prefer gel liners. It's just I've never really been good at using them. But this one is their cream eyeliner in Little Black Dress. It's Wet n Wild's pretty cheap, and sometimes they tend to have pretty good stuff for a decent amount of money. And everyone uses gel liner, but I can't afford like ABH eyeliner pots and shit like that. So I'm just gonna use this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a winged liner, and I'm gonna use the tape as a assistant with that, and I'm gonna try to keep it as small as possible. I don't want my eyeliner to get away from me, and I don't want it to be too thick because I don't want to lose this red when I do this. But I'm going to go ahead and try to do that and concentrate on that, and then we'll circle back once I finish. So pray for me, people. For reals. Okay, so I'm just going to stop right here real quick just so I can show you. But here's the first eye with the tape used as a stencil. I actually went ahead and added some rosehip oil to this little pot here because I hadn't used this eyeliner in a while. It looked like it had dried out. But since I did that, it was like way more creamy, and also anyway, it was better and also a lot more dark in the way I wanted it than it was when I was first using it. So rosehip oil is actually a good solution for a lot of problems, including depression. Just put it on your GPA. Put it on everything. It'll fix your life somehow. I don't know. I make no promises. I'm going to say I don't know after that because then you can't blame me if you did ruin your life. But I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll circle back after I finish that too. Alright, so for right now I'm done with that. Filling in my liner always takes me a little while because I'm, like I said before, not good at it. So, as you can see there, I have the wings, and they're probably not that even, but you know what? I don't really give a shit today. I'm glad that this is already turning out alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and take this tape off. I'm going to do my entire face routine. I'm going to look at what time it is, and then I'm going to speed through that part. And then once, if you really want to see my face routine, I'll also do a more in-depth video of that, and then hopefully once I get some different foundation too. And once again, I will remind you that because this light is not a makeup light, it's actually just a regular LED bulb, and it's shined directly on my face. My foundation does look like it does not match me, but I promise you that it does. I really, really do promise. And please don't freak out about it, or make jokes, or make fun of me, or any of that shit, because then you'll hurt my feelings, and then I won't know what to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that stuff on my face and speed through this. So excuse me while I pick up the phone, but I'll speed through that part too. And then we'll circle back with the bottom of the eyes. Okay, and so now I'm back with the last part of my eyes, and then after that I'll finish out my face, and then we'll be done here. I'm gonna go ahead and try my hand at editing this video again and hope it turns out better than my first one. But so now that I have my powder and I'm just sitting here kind of waiting for that to bake my eyeballs and under my eyes and my bags away, because again, this bitch did not sleep that well last night, I'm gonna go ahead and take my kohl and from NYC, and then go ahead and jam that like right in my waterline here just to add some depth to the bottom of my eyes. And normally with this look, like I said, I might wear eyelashes or something like that, but I don't have any lashes right now that are short enough that they won't bother me with my glasses. So I just don't bother, currently speaking, until I find some that are better for that kind of situation. So then after that, I'm going to take this small little pointed brush, and I'm going to go back into the red, and I'm going to add a little red to the bottom of my eyes, because like I said, if you've been crying from panic attacks or lack of sleep or, you know, a stoner, I don't know, whatever, you want to cover up the red rimming of your eyes. Good way to do that and make it look like you did it on purpose. Ooh, excuse me, sorry, is to jam that like right in the bottom there. And like I burp a lot because like I said, I'm gassy right now because I'm on my period, and there isn't much I can do about it. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's just the way that is. And see, so you're just going to put that underneath right there just to smoke that out. And then you're also going to add black, but I'll show you that in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this bottom part. Okay, so that's the red, and like I said, I don't add a lot, but I add enough that it would be able to mask anything and sort of make my eye look like a complete look. And then I'm going to take just a tiny bit of black, and I'm going to put it on top of the black liner, but not on top of the red, because I put the red underneath the black liner, so it still stays. And don't do it a lot, because like this part is actually really close to my eye, and while this stuff is not like an irritant for me, and doesn't irritate my eyes, even though my eyes and my skin are like super sensitive, it's pretty great that way. But I don't want to get it in my eye, because then my eye will start watering uncontrollably, and sometimes it'll burn, and then I'll get the urge to just wipe off all my makeup at once, because I've done that before, because I thought my eye was like just straight up on fire. Sorry, I'm pulling cat hair out of my business right now. So like I washed my face and stuff before I got here for this video, and I still managed to have like cat hair and shit in my eye like I always do, because my cat is everywhere and there's nothing I can do about it. And so since I did that, my eye's a little watery. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean that up. But now that that's done, we're gonna do an inner corner highlight, and I'm gonna go in with a foiled shadow from a palette that I have. And like I said, if you really want to know what that palette is, you can ask, but for right now I'm just sort of going to keep that to myself for reasons. And I'm going to add a little bit of a foiled shadow in the inner corner just so I can highlight. I'm going to go with another color that's close to red, and then I'm going to spray the brush with setting spray instead of water, just so it sticks a little bit better. Okay, so there's that. And then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and just jam on my mascara here. The L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Carbon Black. Alright, so that's it for the eyes, and that's what we're going to go over today. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then I'll meet back up with you for like an ending shot of the rest of the makeup. I just don't want to have this video record on too long, you know, whatever. But here we are. I'll give you better light of it later in a second, and then I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Hi everybody, I made it back. I finished the rest of my face, as you can see, and have all my eye makeup done. Thanks for sitting through that with me. Again, I'm filming this on my phone, so I can't really do a whole lot, but lipstick here is Liquid Suede from from NYX in Alien. I wanted to go dark as possible with this. Up close, here is all of my eye makeup. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I really, really do. Probably look crazy. But anyway, thanks for watching today. Subscribe down below. Leave a comment if you have any ideas on what makeup products you want me to use or what look you want me to try to do next. All that great stuff. I'd love it. But please, 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 please subscribe. I promise things will get better from here. Things can only go up from here. All right. Toodaloo. Have a good day, everybody. Mwah.